All right, looks like we're ready to get started. Hey, Mike Healy here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to jump on the training workshop. I'm going to go through just a handful of slides to kind of give you more of a guided storyline of where we are in this project called Texit. We've literally had over 40,000 people join. We've collectively raised over $100 million, which is insane. And I put a PowerPoint together to kind of keep me on track. I'll blow it up for you so you can see it real well. And then we're going to chit chat. So basically what we're talking about here is the ability to create a passive income in the crypto space. Okay. Most of us, myself included, are not big on trading, trying to hit trends, trying to hit the market, time it right, all that kind of thing. What's nice about this one is this is a set it and forget it, but you can actually create liquidity immediately to where you can use the money, and it's passive. Okay. Just doing nothing regularly on a consistent basis. Okay. I was introduced to it about 6 months ago. But I'm here to kind of just share what's going on with Texit. Okay. So let me just kind of pull this PowerPoint up for you so you can make it a little larger for you and walk through this. So first off, this is not financial advice. Everything I say is hypothetical, and this is not an investment. There are no ROIs. This is not tax advice, and there are no income guarantees. Okay. Crypto is risky. You have to be very, very cautious. There's not a lot of regulation out there yet. But if you read the disclaimer at the bottom of this screen, you're also going to get an idea that I'm just going to share information with you. That's really what we're doing in the workshop today, is very simply this. Okay, so this is, I think this is what's real important. I'm going to blow this up even more for you. Is everybody, probably you included, myself included, are looking for ways to create passive income. And some of the biggest experts in finances, like Robert Kiyosaki and Grant Cardone, said that the secret to money is to buy cash flow producing assets, meaning that you don't have to look at market speculation. You're not just holding tokens or holding stocks, but it's about owning an income generating asset. You're obviously familiar with the fact that you could buy a rental property for tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, that would produce potentially some monthly passive income. Well, we have it similar to that, where you're getting a digital asset that will do exactly the same thing. Okay. Now, what we're talking about, though, is in the crypto space, how crypto is created is through a process called mining. Mining is basically the verification of blockchain transactions, right? So every time a transaction happens on a blockchain, there's a portion of that of finances that gets paid out to whoever confirmed it. And if you are what they call a miner, or you own a mining unit, you are one of those people that gets rewarded for that. Okay. So what's nice about this is somebody can buy a crypto mining unit. That's what we're talking about here, specifically with Texit, that produces tokens every day. Okay. Currently, one mining unit, which runs about $900 or $1,000 as an example, and you can get multiples. But for $1,000, what it does is it's producing, in today's current market value, based on the token price, that you can look up on CoinMarketCap. I'm going to show you that in a couple slides. Pays about just around $5 a day. Okay. Which is not something you're probably going to go quit your job for. But if you really start doing math on this and you start doing a little more due diligence, you're going to see where we're at. Nice thing is these are willable, and they're definitely set up for long-term benefit. Okay. Now, what a mining unit is, what Texit's doing, is locally in the Texit DFW area, specifically in McKinney, Texas, Mansfield, Victoria, they have real facilities with real, I think they're called L9 miners. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail in there, but they're huge miners that basically produce and do the transactions and verify the stuff going on the blockchain. Okay. So that's what's happening. Now, what's really cool about this is these tokens that you receive from your miner can be cashed in immediately. Like the very next day, you get your tokens. Typically, they're deposited right between about 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what they've been coming out at. And the next day, if you wanted to, you could cash them in. There are multiple exchanges now that you can buy and trade TexitCoin. You can obviously just go on the open market and buy coins. You're totally able to do that. But the nice part about the potential to have a cash flow producing asset such as a miner allows these tokens to come in for you every single day, whether you do anything or not. Okay. So think about that. Like, can you imagine having that happen? Now, why we're successful is this, or why we're growing so quickly, and really what the project is it's a crowdfunding project. And if you're familiar with any type of cryptos out there, there are some very big ones, including Ethereum, as I'm pointing to with that little arrow, that's the #2 crypto in the world, started out as a crowdfunding project. Basically, it's the way collectively for a lot of people who say, hey, this might be something that I want to get involved in, and there's benefits to getting involved in it. You have the ability then to benefit by getting rewards for being part of the project. Okay. Now, one of the ways that TexitCoin is taking this $100 million that's come in so far, we believe that we can raise over $1 billion, which we're on track to do that. We're actually ahead of pretty much all the numbers that we've been putting out. One of the ways that we create brand awareness is through digital signage. Now, this is just a small screenshot of just a handful of the digital signage billboards that are listed all over Central Texas, Florida. I believe they're now in California, in Arizona, and some other states, and people are starting to put them in other areas. Okay. One of my favorite things that I saw that they started to do was they now run digital signage in pretty much all of the gates of all the major airports. Okay. And you have to be something legitimate for these massive, massive businesses to allow you to advertise in. Okay. We've got digital signage in DFW, which is one of the largest airports in the world: Orlando, Miami, LAX, Austin, and Houston. And I'll show you just a couple more of these. This one right here, I believe, I can't remember which airport that is. I think that's LAX. But the other thing too is they started doing sponsorships. Another way to get the Texit word out there about what we're doing. They do sponsorships of actually Texas University. And this is actually, they're now on pretty much all the digital stuff that the TCU college puts out, Texas Christian University, which is a huge D1 school, they put out. Okay. So you can check that out. They do interviews. You can go to their Instagram page and you see Texit on there every single time. The other thing is they do sponsorships of some of the largest crypto awareness events, I guess you could say, in the world. And they were just recently in Singapore. The founder, Bobby Gray, did a keynote speech there. We are one of the largest ones that hosted, or actually was a sponsor of that event. So the word's spreading not just in the United States, but globally. Okay. One of the other cool things that a lot of people are seeing and getting success with is they do a thing called car wraps, where they put digital signage basically all over, not digital signage, but they wrap these really cool cars. And I was actually at the event they did in Austin, Texas, a weekend ago, where they gave away close to $2 million worth of cars. We're talking about Audis, Lexus, Maybachs, Lambos, Porsches. What else did they give away? And you can see this all in the social media platforms and stuff that they're giving away to people, because people that have introduced or helped created a brand awareness of what the project is. And one of the ways that this is really, really kind of growing is the grassroots marketing, where there's hundreds of local casual meetups going on all over the United States and the world now, that are just people just sitting together, whether it's at a restaurant, a hotel, living room, or whatever. And they're just talking crypto, and they're talking about the potential that we have with TexitCoin, because it's really, really growing. And I'm going to show you this. Here's another example of a couple of these there. Actually me on the right there. Now, is it working? This is kind of the biggest thing you should be asking yourself. Is this working? And I think what you're going to see here that it is. I took this screenshot last week and put this on here, that if you go to CoinMarketCap, which is the largest website in the world for tracking cryptocurrencies of every kind, obviously the #1 big daddy is Bitcoin. But you can see right there in the time I took that screenshot, we were in the 6th place of one of the most viewed worldwide crypto projects out there. Of all the thousands and thousands of crypto projects, there's a buzz that's being created. And I think it's important that you understand that. Now, the other thing is, with all of the brand awareness, all of the marketing, is this thing really growing? Well, if you look up TexitCoin TXC on CoinMarketCap, you're going to also notice that there's it's grown almost 8,000% in just around a year. And we believe this is just the beginning. Again, no income guaranteed. Past results do not guarantee future performance, but you can kind of use your imagination, which I think is cool. Now, back to getting started with this project, because literally you have the ability to purchase a miner. And let me just kind of blow myself up a little bit, talk to you directly. You have the ability to purchase a miner. Okay, I'm going to show you the pricing here in a second, just so you can see this. But what it's doing is it's a set it and forget it. You literally have it. You have something on your phone. I'll show that a couple slides, that you will see tokens come into there every day. And like I said, you can cash those out. That's really what it comes down to. Now, you just have to decide where you decide you want to fit in this project, because there's different levels of entry based on what your comfort level is. Okay. One miner, basically one seat on the rocket ship. You'll hear that quite a bit. We kind of jokingly call this a rocket, that you would get, and they call it hash power also. That's another phrase you will hear. It's all the same thing, but one seat on the rocket, one miner is $9.95. Okay. And then you'll see you can go 2, 3, 4, depending on your comfort level. Again, they do have a current promo, time of me recording this, buy 5, get 1 free. But the best value, in my opinion, is the buy 9, get 2 free. And if you do the math of having 11 miners based on that best value purchase, what'll happen then is that sets you up that every single day you have tokens coming in from 11 miners that you can do with what you want. And I told you that about, I don't know, slide 2 or 3, where it's averaging right around $3 to $5 per day per miner currently at today's token price, which I think is pretty darn good. Okay. The other thing you get is you get full detailed tracking of exactly how it's performing, how all the, the hash rates and the tokens being mined, or there's a back office. You can see all this. You can track every single dollar that comes in. They actually break it down. There's financial reports that are published every day. You can see every transaction that happens on the blockchain. I'm not going to go into detail on that. And then the other cool part is the detail back office. You can see your miners. You can see all of them again, and you can see you can get more than 9. You can just build up to that and so on. And let me talk to you about that, okay, in a second. I actually got to finish with this part. This is what's nice, is also you do get a physical. If you live in the United States, they'll ship this to you. If not, they just give you a code to get it. But a physical, what they call cold storage wallet, okay, that you can actually pull up an app on the any app store, whether it's Android or an Apple device. And then when you pull that up, what's going to happen is you can actually input the wallet address into there, and it will track it for you. And then what you'll see is on the left, that image of that phone right there showing the 9,000-ish, is those are daily transactions that come in. That's a wallet that's added up. And if somebody wanted to cash that out in today's current value, they could literally just go to, as an example, I showed you 5 exchanges we're on, I think 6 now. You can go to DexTrade and send those tokens to DexTrade and cash those in for USDT, USDC, whatever you want to do, and send them to your bank. Go spend them, go buy a house with it, whatever you want to do, go buy a car, take the wife out or kids out to eat, and so on. So it's real simple. You have the ability to track it. Again, that's all you have to do. You basically buy a miner, we'll look at it, your wallet, and just watch it add up. Okay. It's going to happen every single day. Now, one of the cool parts about this, and I'm actually kind of winding this down, believe it or not, one of the other cool parts is that you can earn extra miners. So maybe let's say you're in a financial situation, you can only maybe get 1 or 5 or whatever, but you want a bunch more. Okay. One of the marketing ways that they do this, they do have an affiliate side where if you refer 3 people, 1, 2 free. So on your third referral, if somebody says, hey, I want to get a miner, regardless if they buy 1 or 50, you will also get a free miner, which is pretty awesome. Okay. So that's a great way to add that up. And if you kind of zoom in on that, you can kind of see that back office there, this person's done it quite a few times and they're benefiting from it. The other thing too is, just to throw this out there, you do not have to do this part ever if you don't want to. You can literally set it and forget it and get the cash coming in. But with the Texit affiliate program, which they have a thing called the rapid rewards, which also adds up, and through referrals and maybe other people were making referrals, that actually can pay you up to $3,000 weekly. That's $3,000 weekly. That's the cap on it. So it's awesome. And you can do that as many times as you wanted. You can just every week, you can get 3,000. For the 9-pack, you can actually multiply that 3 times, which is kind of cool. I'm not going to give you detail on that, but it's another great way to do that. And you can take that $3,000 in USDC, send it to your wallet, go put it in your bank. You could take it in TexitCoin, or you can actually just say, hey, I don't want the cash, I want the hash. And they'll convert those into more miners for you as well. So it's a great way to build up some multiple miners. Now, if you decide that you want to kind of go that route and refer some people and kind of add to the mining growth, your growth of your miners, you can do that very simply. And you can actually go get this website. There's a nice website out there that just has a few videos that do a little more detail of explaining it on a single page. You can scan that QR code and it's free. You can get that funnel right there. They call it a funnel. It's just basically a single web page that has a handful of videos that explain in some more detail, or you can text that number right there. And that's a great way to share share the idea of this, the concept and so on with that. Okay. And if you want more training, that's available as well. You can actually go to texittraining.com. There's some how-to videos, how to look in your back office, track everything. Maybe you want to grow this a little bigger, whatever, join the community, you can do that. There's free PDFs. Maybe you want to take it really aggressively. There's brand kit on there and so on. You can do the same thing. Go to texittraining.com or scan that QR code and you're good to go. Okay. So last slide, actually, besides my thank you slide, is simply this. If this makes sense to you and you have the desire to create a supplemental income or financial freedom, because it's just really a matter of what your goals are, we can show you. Somebody who shared this with you or myself can talk to you about how many miners that may entail. I mean, maybe if you just do simple math, just grab your phone, pull out the calculator part of that app right there and say, hey, I would like to make $100 a day. How many miners do I need? And then we can kind of strategize something you could do, or maybe you just want to purchase that. I mean, it's really not hard to conceive. And I mean, can you imagine if you were able to pretty much buy your way to freedom? What if you took $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 and you bought miners and they're making tokens every single day that you had nothing to do with, but you can turn right around and cash those in the next day. And guess what? The next day there's more of them coming in, and the next day there's more coming in, and so on. Okay. So you just basically need to decide your level of commitment. And if you really start to ask around of what people are doing here, it's pretty remarkable. There's a lot of people that are having tremendous success with this, myself included. I have been involved now for 6 months, and I am absolutely blown away with what's happened. I mean, just absolutely blown away with what this thing has become. Okay. I was as skeptical as anybody else out there. More than likely, you're skeptical. You should be. Okay. There's a lot of scams and there's a lot of weird stuff out there. But I would tell you to do some due diligence at least. And then if this makes sense, get back with whoever shared this with you or myself and say, hey, how's this really work? And more than likely, we're going to just send you a video or two to watch in detail. Like at the very, very beginning, I showed you a slide. Let me see where it's at. On that funnel page, there was a video that's on there called Mining Made Easy right there on that same page. You can literally watch that video and you'll recognize it's me on there. And I break down exactly how it works step by step, every little detail, show you the back office and so on. But what I would tell you or suggest is do your due diligence. Ask yourself, does this make sense? Do I really want passive income? I mean, can you imagine how cool it would be to literally wake up every day knowing you had 50 bucks coming in passively every single day, 500 a day coming in passively? It's not too big of a stretch if you think about where we're at and what we're going to do. And if we hit $1 billion, what if it's $1,000 a day coming in passively, whether you're anywhere to be found and all you're doing is you're checking your phone. And if you want to cash out the tokens, you can, and so on. And we can always talk later about collateralized loans and keeping your assets as opposed to even having to sell them, which I think is another amazing thing in the crypto space. So anyhow, again, thank you. Let me pull the thank you slide up one more time. I'll get to it. And we are there. Thanks again for your time. I appreciate this. And reach out to me or whoever shared this with you. And we'll see you on the other side. Thanks.